Okay, that might work. I just want to say in advance that I'm sorry about the audio in here because it's literally my kitchen, so it's gonna sound like shit, and I apologize. It's 9:30 at night and you're probably wondering, why am I making this coffee video at 9:30 at night? This recipe takes a little while, and that's just to steep the coffee. I'll get into that later. I wanted to make a video for you guys about how I make my own cold brew at home. I don't drink much coffee, so you'll notice at the end when I make my coffee, it's not the strongest, but during exams and things like that, that's mostly when I'm drinking coffee mostly every day just to stay awake and get through the days. So I had a few people in my Twitch chat ask me about like my cold brews and how I make them, so I decided to make a video on it, so I hope you guys enjoy. So basically this video is going to be in two parts. There's going to be 2 steps to making this coffee pretty much. The first step we will be filming tonight, and then tomorrow morning I will finish the rest of it off and we'll go from there. So yeah, let's get started. The first step that we will be doing is steeping the coffee and I guess just diluting it. So the things you're going to need for this first part is a pretty decent sized jar, depending on how much cold brew that you want to make. My jar that I normally use is about 1.5 liters. I think that's what it can hold. You need coffee grinds, or you can get coffee beans and grind them up yourself, whichever you prefer to use. You're going to need about a cup of coffee grinds, and you will need cold water, about 4 to 5 cups depending on how strong you like your coffee. For me, I use 5 cups because I prefer my coffee to be a bit more diluted and a little bit weaker. As I said, I don't really drink coffee that much, so I prefer mine to be a bit less strong. But yeah, the intensity of the coffee grinds that you use, how strong you take your coffee, that's completely individual, but this is just how I drink my coffee. Cool part about cold brew is as well, you can add flavorings to it. So for me, I use a caramel syrup. My coffee basically looks like caramel flavored milk with a little extra kick. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, let's get into it. So basically for this first part, you're going to need these. I've got my coffee, which is, I'm using Nescafe Gold Smooth. It's not very intense, but that's how I take my coffee. I've also got my measuring cup here. I use a 1 cup measuring cup, and I've got my jar. As I said, this thing holds maybe around like 1.5 liters. So that works for me, and usually this will last me about maybe a week and a half before it starts to get a bit off, and I'll make a new batch if I haven't already run out. Alright, so your first step is that you are going to fill up your cup with your coffee. You are going to put 1 cup of coffee in here. Make sure that your jar is clean. I've just freshly washed mine, so that's all ready to go. But make sure you have a decent sized jar. If you don't want to make as much cold brew, just halve the recipe, just put half a cup in. If your jar isn't gonna hold 4 to 5 cups of water, maybe just half the recipe. So I've just got a spoon because I find this easier, but basically what I'm going to do is just put this into the cup. And because my jar is like a bit taller rather than wider at the top, I do spoon the first few scoops into the jar just to save spilling it. It's not a perfect cup, but you know, you get the gist. Rough measurements. lol. There we go. Okay, so after that you've got your coffee in your jar. It's time to dilute it. Now, as I said, this depends on how strong or weak you like your coffee. You can also dilute this out later by putting less of your coffee mix into your cup and more milk. That's what I do, and I also add some flavoring, but it's completely up to you. If you like your coffee strong, I would suggest putting in maybe 4 cups of cold water. But if you like it a bit weaker, I've found that 5 cups works for me. It just dilutes it a little bit more, and it just makes it less strong. So yeah, let's go put water in our coffee. So literally just using the same measuring cup as before, I'm just gonna put in 5 cups of cold water into my jar. So now you've got your coffee water mix in here, and basically what you can do is give it a bit of a mix, pop the lid on and put it in the fridge for about 12 hours. So yeah, it'll steep overnight, and we'll continue with the recipe tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna do that, and I will see you guys in the morning, and we'll do part 2. I guess that works. Morning. It is 10:30 in the morning, and it's been a little bit over 12 hours, but it's fine. We're gonna get our coffee out of the fridge and we're gonna strain it. Here's our coffee mix. We are going to strain this. So what I use to strain my coffee is a cheesecloth, and I just got mine from like the supermarket, but they're not hard to find. So first of all, what we're gonna do is we're going to pour our coffee mix into a bowl. So the bowl that I use has like a bit of a lip on it. It's got this bit here, just makes it easier to pour when we're straining the coffee. And there will be like some chunky bits. Don't be scared of that. So I've got my cheesecloth. It's a little bit coffee stained, as you can kind of see, but it's fine. It's been washed. Make sure that your cheesecloth is clean before you use it. So basically what we're going to do is take the lid off this. I've got an old hair tie. As you can see, it's kind of like, it's too loose for me to really like use anymore. I've got better ones, so I just use this one. And what I do is I get my cheesecloth, and because it's thin, what I do is I fold it over about 3 or 4 times, and I just pop it over like that, so you can see that's the top. And what we're gonna do is put the hair tie on, and then you just push that down and move the hair tie down. So you've got like this area now where the coffee can get poured in, and it's just going to strain through the layers of the cheesecloth into the jar. Okay, so basically how I get this off is I just pull it down like this, and I hold the cheesecloth in place. This takes a little bit of practice, but basically what I do is you've pulled it down, you hold it in place, and you're just gonna take the hair tie off, just so that the cheesecloth doesn't fall down into your coffee, and just pull it off like that. Now you will need to wash this because you've got all of your coffee in there, but now you have freshly strained coffee, and you just pop the lid on like that. Okay, so you've got your freshly strained coffee, that's all done, and basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna chuck this in the fridge, and that's it to make your own cold brew. I will show you how I make my cold brew specifically, but other than that, that's it. It's really easy. It lasts me about a week and a half to 2 weeks depending. I find it saves a lot of money. I buy my coffee in bulk. I've been trying a few different brands. At the moment I'm on this one, but I've been trying a few different ones just to like get an idea of what I like. And yeah, it's really good in saving money. Coffee pods are horrible for the environment, so it is also more environmentally friendly. You can reuse the coffee jars for whatever you like. I will show you guys a video of me making my cold brew. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do make your own cold brew, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I hope it goes well. And yeah, if you like what you see, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. We do a lot of different videos. Next week's video is going to be completely different. I've been really enjoying just using YouTube as like a creative outlet to make videos that I'm interested in, so I hope you guys are enjoying the content as well. If you haven't already, feel free to go check out my Twitch. Twitch is where I'm mostly on most nights of the week. We have a lot of fun on there, so if you'd like to come and join and say hi, feel free to do so. The link will be in my description, and yeah, thanks for hanging out. Here's my coffee.